Hello, everybody. We are currently December 31st, 2021. We're about to be in 2022. So I wanted to make a little introduction video for my YouTube channel. And of course, I wanted to talk about it, what it's going to be about, and about me, and about my little friend here, my little boy. Huh? I don't know. Hello. So this is Arnaud. Me, it's Mr. Nightwolf. It's easier than my French name because I'm from Canada, Quebec. And my real name is actually Pierre-Yves, which is kind of a little harder to say, so or more confusing to people. So Mr. Wolf, Mr. Nightwolf, that's perfect like that. And what is my channel about? So what is it gonna be about? What's the goal and why am I doing it? So I'm 40 years old, and I've been since at least since my teenage, around 15 years old. I've been like kind of diagnosed with severe anxiety disorder. There's a lot of names, or random names did change over time. You want to give me the paw? You want to give me the paw? Why? Do you want something? Hmm? He wants attention. So I've been diagnosed, yeah, about with severe anxiety disorder, with emotional disorder, and panic disorder since I was a teenage. So for me, living a normal life was not an option. I remember even when I was a kid and doing normal stuff was not a thing for me to be able to do normal things. I was always uncomfortable, not feeling good, and anxious and stressed out for no reason, and asking me, like when you're a kid, you don't really ask yourself these big questions about life and death and other kind of things like that. And I was constantly thinking about that kind of stuff. So what happened is, the reason why is exactly in my teenage that it started, that I was diagnosed with this, is because I started to not be able to go outside, even just setting a foot outside of my the house, on my parents' house. I would literally just start to sweat, having panic attack, thinking that my heart will explode or I'm gonna die. I was always scared, so I would hide in my basement. I wouldn't be able to go to school anymore. Uh, my life just went downhill from there. Eventually, I started to be on, they set me up on, put me on medication, some very strong stuff. I was not really like followed, with the medication, which I should have been followed about it, because it was very strong, addictive medication. But it allowed me for a while to actually kind of being able to work and go kind of like find job. I end up like being like manager at GameStop. Probably most of people who's gonna watch this video know what is it. GameStop. Horrible experience. I was a manager. I can tell it was horrible, and they're still horrible today nowadays. So if you can avoid trying to work there, even if it feels like it could be like a dream to work in video games, it is not enjoyable, and it still shows today that it's not. But then after that, I also had job into the IT department, because since my teenage, since I was kind of stuck inside, I was not able to enjoy life with my friends and going to parties and whatever. I was more kind of trying to do other things, and eventually I kind of, because of my bigger brother, because of him, I kind of realized that you can do some amazing kind of cool things on computers, like these puzzle games and these adventure games, and there was like play games that allow you to go see worlds and enjoy kind of yourself, and feel like you're alive and get into these worlds and imagine yourself being person that really lives during that time, let's say a medieval game, for example, or an adventure game where you feel like, hey, this is me, I made my character, and this is what I would do if it was like real. And that's how I managed to cope with the panic attack, the anxiety, and so that's how I really managed to cope with it. It was really not easy. And eventually, of course, the build up stress, the build up like with work, um, it was just too much. I was having like burnout, a lot of suicidal thought. Yeah, it's not fun to talk about it, but you know, it eventually you have to admit yourself that this is something. So that said, this is how I found out like my like new hobby in life is to play video games and get into them and feel like I'm alive. That I It's like going on a trip in real life, but instead of going for real, I can do it in front of my screen. And if I don't feel good, I can go in my bed, I can go take a shower, I can try to do something without having to leave far away and then feel sick and not comfortable and stressed out all the time being outside. So it really did help me. And thanks to my big brother, because I saw him all the time playing games of all sorts, RPGs and, like I said, adventures, puzzle game. If some people remember these kind of game, like for example, King Quest, Day of the Tentacles, Sam and Max. There was these game like Beyond Good and Evil. Games that really like did hit me and I love. Monkey Island, and kind of. Also other bunch of role-playing game like Vampire Masquerade Redemption, for example. All these kind of game that was really like, it's still there in my head, and I'm just like, wow, this was amazing, and I want to continue like living this. And nowadays I'm 40 years old and I'm still struggling with the anxiety, the stress, the panic attack, and everything. And I found out that it is my way to deal with it. And of course, because I have this, it's 24 hours, seven days a week. So I have to cope with it. I have medication. It doesn't always work, but you have to up and down and stuff like that, and you have to deal with it. You have to, over time, you learn ways to deal with it and understand what it is and accept it also. That this is who you are. You have to live with this, and you have to accept yourself. And if other doesn't accept yourself, then they can go have themselves. So making actually a video, and one day I saw people starting to make video online and streaming. It was just enjoyable to be part of watching people and with them, and seeing like some people that I've watched video games like that I love today. For example, Classy Packs on Twitch. If you don't know this guy, you have to watch it. You're gonna have a good time, and it helps enjoying yourself and just kind of having changing the your mind and just enjoying something and not thinking about the bad stuff and the pain and whatnot. Other person that I love to watch, Carnage, for example, Berg Black on Twitch. There's Dr. Lupo, which is fun also on YouTube. All kind of people that kind of inspired me to be like, you know what? I could do this because every day I actually play video games and I love actually interacting with people. So because I love interacting with people, I love to help people, and I love to be do things with people like co-op games, teamwork. This is something that I love. All kind of game from RPG to adventure to a racing game to space game to there's so many games that I could say I'm gonna like this or not. But I'm a versatile like streamer. I'm not gonna just play one game and then I'm gonna play that for 10 years. I'm gonna play games, but I'm gonna enjoy them fully as much as I can. And if I can, invite you all who watch this, for example, or who's going to be part of, my community, then I invite you to ask me to play with me. If I can, I'll be happy to invite you, and that we spend time together, because I know that I'm not the only one struggling with this kind of stuff in life. I know we're a lot that has to deal with this stuff, and you're not alone. I'm going to tell you, you're not alone. And of course, suicide is not the option. This is like, it's hard to say even for myself, but I'm gonna say this: it is not an option. It is not even. It should not even be a thought that it could be an option. There's Life can be beautiful. It's rough. It's not always easy. It's mostly difficult. But there's some great moment, and these great moment, that's what you're gonna bring when it's your time to go. I feel this is like, make the most of the time you have and try to enjoy and be happy and make good memories. That's what you should do. That's what I'm trying to do myself. Even if sometime I'm saying this right now, and sometime I'm gonna be like, why am I even listening to myself? But this is part of it. This is part of the illness, and that's okay. So that's okay. Depression, anxiety, burnout, whatever you have, this is kind of like, this is where you'll be able to have someone you can talk with, spend time with, and not feel alone. And like me, feeling that I am also not alone, it helps. But at the same time, this is a passion for me to play video games, stream them, and enjoy being part of something that I am going to create, like a plan, an objective, like a project that I feel that I've done something with my life that is not, that hasn't failed. That is, of course, if I don't continue having copyright as soon as I have a video out, because that's one of my problem right now. I've created my channel. I mean, like I said, we are December 31st, 2021. It's been 24 hours, and I'm already having copyright from random people that don't own anything that is in the video. It's kind of it's a bad start because of them, but I've contacted some people and I'm gonna check it out, and I'm pretty sure that we can sort this out. Especially for YouTube, this shouldn't happen, but that's life. So this is my little introduction. I hope that you're gonna find a place here. I hope you're gonna enjoy yourself. And if you have any ideas and comment, I'm always gonna be happy to check them out. Of course, I ask people to understand this is both a friendly family, channel, but also it's gonna be like, a mature channel, because I'm gonna swear, of course it's gonna happen, and I'm gonna play rated horror games, stuff like that. So there's gonna be all kind for everyone, and if I can watch and answer comments as much as I can, I will. Of course, if you're here for just being like, being salty and just, that's not your place, you can go elsewhere. I don't force anyone to be here, but if you find a place here, I'll be super happy to that you're part of what I'm trying to create here, this community, where you can find where you can feel that you're not alone struggling, or not struggling, even if you know someone that had struggle with this kind of depression, anxiety, panic attack, and all kind of stuff like that. Or even if you just enjoy spending time with me and this little ball of fur, and of course with my girlfriend, which we're gonna sometime play co-op games and see how silly it's gonna be. So because apparently I'm a big dork, huge dork. So we'll see how it goes. So there we go. I hope you enjoy yourself. Again, since it's the 31st December 2021 tonight, 2022. So a happy new year. I hope it's gonna be way better for everyone. Stay healthy, stay safe, and have a good year. So thank you for watching and being there with me.